I want to thank every individual Chibit that recommended me to watch this series. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not have started this series, and I would not have known it was this good. This has changed my perspective on Gundam. Like, I've always not watched Gundam because there's just so many series and I didn't know where to start. And that's kind of the same argument people bring up when it comes to, Type Moon series or, when it comes to the Monogatari series. There's many reasons for that because there's just so many you don't know where to start. And that's kind of how I felt about Gundam. I didn't know where to start, and finding out I could walk into this series, Gundam, and start reviewing it, it makes me happy, because this is a shocking surprise of the season to me, because I didn't think I would enjoy Gundam this much, because the mech genre is not my favorite genre. By no means is it my favorite genre. It's probably one of the genres I dislike the most. I'm not saying every mech series is bad, I'm just saying it's a genre I just personally am not a big fan of. But I'm liking how this series is mixing in the mech genre with, sci-fi, along with character development. Like, these characters are so good. Like, the dialogue they had in this episode was just something that I didn't see coming from said series. Now, of course, many are fans of Gundam, so I was unaware of how good a Gundam can be, which now, after seeing this episode, like episode 2, holy crap. Because one of the lines that really got me with this episode was when the princess, she's sitting there upset like, oh, it's all my fault why everybody's dead, while there's like over 100 plus people dead, it's all my fault. She was saying that throughout like the first half of the episode, and eventually we get over to our main character, and he's like, you think my comrades died for just a person like you? Like, that wasn't the exact line, but you get my point. And I'm like, oh, that fucking burn he just did to her. So the dialogue from our MC just fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. That's some good dialogue. That's the dialogue I want to see from All to No Zero when I was watching All to No Zero. That fucking dialogue is fucking... Yo! Freaking great. Okay, so now getting into some of the other key themes of this episode. You have it to where the main plot that's going on is that our MC, I think his name is Mika, he is having an issue to where if he links his body to this Gundam suit, it actually hurts him. So, the, nanomachines he has inside his body and that, like, surgery he had on his back, that right there, when he links up to, like, a machine, it affects him. It affects him to where he can shorten his life or hurt his nerves or anything, and that's kind of what's going on. For instance, him linking up with this Gundam suit has caused it to where it's taxed his mind and his nerves, and he even starts bleeding out his nose, and that's not a good sign. When you start bleeding and have nosebleeds and stuff, with something like that, that's not a good sign. So I wonder if Gundam is a type of series to kill off characters, because I'm unaware of Gundam. I know there's many series. You have like Gundam Seed, I think there's like Gundam Wing, there's Gundam 00, and then there's like Gundam... there's many Gundams out there, you get my point. And so for there to be so many series, I'm going to assume that Gundam has no issue with killing off characters. So I wonder if this character that had a nosebleed in this episode, could he possibly die? Because this is a series that doesn't really have anything, it needs to kind of draw from. For instance, a previous series, it could just, have its own story and own characters. So it's possible that these characters could die and not have any repercussions to future Gundam series. So I wonder if any of them would die. But that's a question saved for later. And also the animation art, yes, it's so good. It's Sunrise, though. It's Sunrise Studios, so of course, they put some good budget animation stuff onto their art. And, I mean, the way it looks, it's so good. I just hope Gintama isn't affected because of, this Gundam series. Because Gintama is going on right now, and it's also a long-running series. And what's funny is, Gintama recently, in, like, last week's episode, has said they were having a budget issue with production because of, like, their animation budget is already gone. And I wonder if Gintama is actually hinting that that is the truth or not because of this Gundam series. But for now, I'm going to look past that and let's get back into Gundam. So yeah, second episode, We have it to where there is a setup for a revolution. For instance, our main character is going to revolt against the people at the higher-ups that control them and try to use them as bait in the last week's episode. And you also have it to where the princess is probably going to be our main female character of the series. That's probably going to have a lot of development. Because right now, after those words our MC said, like, you think my comrades died for someone like you? It's like, fuck, that burn is so good. Like, why couldn't that line have been in Alden Noah's ear? Oh my fucking god, why could you say shit? Okay, so anyways, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.